Hey everybody, welcome to the Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jordan,
I'm Nick Kinzel.
I'm Tom Hoblet.
and we are back after almost a month gone. It's been a busy month for all of us, but we're finally back to talk some racing. A lot of big stories that have come out, so let's get right into it, boys. But first, let's start off with our diecast of the week. Tom, what you got for us today, man?
All right, we're just coming back from Darlington. I promised you guys a bit ago uh, my Accidentalville diecast purchase win. So I got this Bubba Wallace Root. Remember Root Insurance they were in for a little
Oh
bit? Yeah,
yeah,
the Wendell Scott throwback I was going to pull out for Darlington.
Ah,
And I have one more surprise for next week, if we get out next week.
cool.
So Wendell Scott, come on up over here.
Nice, that's an awesome
There we go.
scheme.
Yeah, I love it. It's cool.
All right, Nick, what you got for us today, buddy?
well, we just came off of Darlington, and this one in particular guy, he made his return to the Truck Series on Saturday, and he had a great running. Trevor Bayne coming back, finishing the top five. So I thought I would bust out the Trevor Bayne truck that I had from when he ran at Darlington 5 years ago. So it was just cool. I wasn't expecting it at all. I mean, I'm just scrolling Twitter one day last week, and they're just like, "Oh, Trevor Bayne's back." And I was like, "Oh, cool. That, sweet." I didn't really know what to think of it at first. I thought it was fake at first, but and he hops in and he goes and runs in the top five. So great run for him, and I hope he can do more kind of little one-off starts like that because he had a really good show.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. He ran so well, and just happy to see him back in the sport.
Yeah, they talk about how hard it is to jump in the truck like that when you're not doing it week in and week out, and he made it look simple, easy, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, for my diecast of the week, NASCAR is heading down to St. Louis, and that is home of Anheuser-Busch. So I thought I'd bust out my Kevin Harvick 2016 Busch Beer paint scheme. Loved it with this scheme on there with the mountains on there. They only ran it 1 year, and then Busch changed their logo and their style and their cans and all that. So pretty cool that we got at least 1 year of this paint scheme. Kind of a rare looking car.
The dark blue looks real nice on that one.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's get into our top stories. Really, the big one that we got in yesterday was that 2311 and Front Row Motorsports have been denied their preliminary injunction and will be racing as open cars. However, they will get their charters back if they ultimately win the lawsuit. So, right now, it's just in the hands of the judicial system right now on if these teams are going to be able to stay open or not. Because we have seen that they have made statements, Front Row Motorsports and 2311, that if their charters get taken away and they don't have them starting next year, they will not be in business.
I feel like this trial will. I mean, the judge has said it. He's going to fundamentally change how NASCAR is run, is operated. The that's the one big thing that stands out to me. The other big thing is just how nasty it seems to be and how far apart that these teams are. And a settlement does not seem likely. It's going to be a very public trial. It might be a pretty harsh trial. And who knows what the 2026 season is going to look like after this trial, whether NASCAR wins and we lose two teams that each have three chartered cars, or if the teams win, the judge says he can make them do anything. And we are a little bit young to remember this, but or like personally remember it, but there's comparisons to the IndyCar kart split that happened, and that absolutely knocked IndyCar back decades with their branding and what kart doesn't even exist anymore. Uh, so we'll have to see how that goes, and it doesn't sound like a settlement's going to come by anytime soon. So Thanksgiving, we'll still have NASCAR to talk about because that's when they're going to be ramping up for the trial.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy off season, that's for sure. So hopefully these teams will win because I mean, it did get kind of spicy last week.
Hmm.
Michael Jordan basically quoted and called Joe Gibbs Racing a bunch of fuckers because they bailed out on kind of joining with them on suing NASCAR.
Yeah, I think he used the word that started with a P.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, Denny Hamlin saying or the lawyers or somebody saying that the best course of action is to wait for them to die, like the France family to literally die, members of the France family to die. The the golden solution for NASCAR saying they want to own all the teams, run it like SRX was run. Um, they're in control of all the cars, the parts, the drivers, everything. It
They're already in charge of the cars and the parts and all that, so
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So I mean, NASCAR having to sell the tracks, these exclusivity clauses, all of this could be into play and whatnot. Who knows? I mean, the other big thing is that's coming out they're saying the teams don't own the charters because they're not permanent, but and NASCAR gave them for free, but they're not really free. And so even if the teams win, they may not get their charters back because the judge could scrap the whole charter system. Um, as a not fair practice, which might be the simplest way. And then what do the teams do? They go back to the old system. They weren't getting enough money anyway. It seems very strange.
yeah, just seems like a big old mess. So
Yeah,
we'll
a lot of
see what
unknowns
happens. All right, well, how about we get into our race review from Darlington and Portland this past weekend? We kicked off with the trucks in South Carolina. We had Lane Riggs leading the field to green, and poor Chandler Smith. He qualified second in this race. Front Row Motorsports had a front row start, and he hits the wall and blows a tire. Not what you want to see early into the playoffs here for the Truck Series.
for sure. I mean, it's the you saw right rears and right side tires going down all race, and it just seemed like these guys weren't managing very well.
Yeah, but that's what I like to see. I like to see tire management, and these guys have to kind of get used to it. So that's one thing that I liked from Darlington this past weekend is we saw a lot of tire management over in the Truck and the Cup Series. Corey Heim, how about this? This kid has led a lap in every race this year, all 19 races. That is a new record. This kid is just unbelievable.
Mick, you
I'm
good?
afraid to talk because it's getting spotty over here for me.
Oh
Oh
shit!
no. All right, so Nick is gone. His internet sucks. So he's going to be in studio next week. So
Damn.
look out for that. R.I.P.
See ya.
Nick's Wi-Fi.
Uh,
So how about Corey Heim though? Led a lap in
mm.
every single race this year. That is a new record series driver. This kid is just unbelievably good.
I what else is there to say about Corey Heim that hasn't already been said? I mean, he's got 8 wins. The record, he's going to tie the record next week with I mean, he has a chance to tie the record before the thing. He has a chance to obliterate the wins record. And he probably should have already beat the wins record with some fluke problems he's had earlier in the season. I don't think there's more that can really be said about Corey Heim. He's just calm, cool, collected. Uh, I I'm surprised there hasn't been more than just slight whispers of him getting a cup ride at this point.
Yeah.
Because like they're putting Connor Zilisch in the 99 and everybody's like, yeah, that makes sense. Let's do it. And I feel like the Corey Heim rumor mill has gone to sleep. Where is it? Does Riley Herbst really have that much money? I mean, I guess Corey Heim's path is through 2311 at this point, and as we just talked about, they've got a little bit more to worry about than getting this guy out of a truck. So,
Yeah. I think that's
but I
what's
mean,
holding him back in his career right now.
there's also rumors that the 11 truck isn't available for Corey Heim. So, where does this leave Corey Heim? Is he going to run a JGR car next year in Xfinity? Is that even the right move?
Ty Gibbs
Is-
doesn't like him though.
Oh, is
They,
that it?
yeah, they do not like each other. Like they raced Arca, they did not like each other.
Interesting, because well, Ty Gibbs owns one of the cars in Xfinity,
Yeah,
just one, right?
just one.
So Okay, Ty Gibbs doesn't like him. You know who really likes him, and you know who's sending a lot of money to Joe Gibbs Racing? Toyota.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting Toyota and their Safelite and their JBL sponsors lots of airtime. I mean, there's Safelite. I'm on NASCAR.com on Corey Imes. There's Safelights plastered all over the screen. Of course, Toyota wants him in there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's that's interesting. That
Yeah.
Ty, but like where he's got to go somewhere. If the 11 truck's not available and the 35 Cup car is not available, I'm not sure you'd want to get into that 35 Cup car. I think I'd rather take a Joe Gibbs Xfinity car than the third 2311 car.
Yeah, that or it's probably the second best Toyota team would be Sam Hunt Racing in the Xfinity series. I could see him going to if he couldn't make a Joe Gibbs Racing ride, because I don't know what his sponsors are at this point. Because I think Safelite and all those other sponsors that he has, those are all
Mhm.
Tricon. I don't think
They're
those are
Tricon.
individual.
They're Toyota.
Yeah,
They're
I'm just
Toyota sponsors.
I'm just worried that this is
That's
going to be like another Brett Moffitt
mhm.
situation.
Mm, yeah, because that's the thing. I mean, you got Zilisch going to Cup Series because Red Bull's willing to pay whatever it takes. Red Bull and WeatherTech, I guess, are willing to pay what it takes to get him in that chair. But Corey Heim's got Toyota brand sponsorships, and that's it. He's running Toyota trucks. He's running Safelite trucks. And there's no talks of him moving that any faster. He doesn't bring the funding.
Yeah. Which is really unfortunate, but this is how NASCAR does business. It doesn't matter how much talent you have, as long as you have the dollars, you can move up in the world. But seems like right now Corey Heim does not have the sponsorship money to make the move. So it's probably why he's staying where he is right now.
Which is a shame because the it's like in baseball, the number one AAA prospect just hit 100 home runs in AAA, and the MLB seems like, well, how much can you pay us to come play in the big show?
Right.
And it's just it's so broken. It's not how it should be. Because this guy's obviously got talent. Good trucks or bad trucks underneath him, he's got talent
Yeah. He's got more talent in his pinky finger than he does than a lot of these guys that run in NASCAR.
for real.
It's unbelievable.
It's ridiculous.
Hmm.
I mean, where's he at? He's got 71 playoff points. He's just sitting at the front of the field at all of these races.
Yeah, he can just coast if he really wanted to.
That's he could take 2 weeks off in the playoffs and
Yeah.
probably still make it through. He's more than a race ahead.
Yeah, for real. So damn good.
It's ridiculous.
Heim won stage one, Riggs won stage two, and then Lane Riggs suffered a flat tire as well.
Mm,
Couldn't manage those tires on that long
mm-mm.
run there, but Corey Heim took the lead. And just as that was happening, we had Caden Honeycutt, who's been taken over in that 52 truck, making his playoff run with, got into an accident with Andres Perez. So that's unfortunate to see for the 52 truck there.
For sure. I mean, he's already in an unfortunate situation, uncomfortable having to switch teams mid-season, trying to just make sure he made it into the playoffs and whatnot. And there's gonna be some growing pains when you don't have time to have growing pains and whatnot. So he's below the cut line here. We know that truck is capable. We know that driver is capable, but together, are they capable? We're gonna have to see. 7 points, not that bad. He can make that up. And we'll just have to see.
Yeah. All right, and then Corey Heim wins. Kid is unbelievable. Daniel Hemrick, second place. So good start to
Mhm.
his playoffs. And Trevor Bayne, Nick mentioned it with his diecast of the week. Trevor Bayne got fifth this weekend after almost 5 years out of the Truck Series since his last race. So pretty unbelievable what Trevor Bayne is able to do here. I'd love to see him in more races.
Well, for sure, and it shows you that it's not just Corey Heim that's pulling the field there at Tricon. Those trucks are good. You just have to put good drivers in them. And Trevor Bayne is a great driver. So you wish that they could get the similar results all across the board.
Yeah. All right, so congrats to Corey Heim. Now let's move over to Portland for the Xfinity Series. Connor Zilisch broke his collarbone only a few weeks ago, and
Oof.
he's back. Technically won Daytona last week with the help of Parker Kligerman, and then he was able to lead the field to green here, and he won stage one. Tom, is there nothing that this kid can do? Because I thought that his season was over. I didn't think we were going to see him till maybe a few races to go. But here he is, still winning races with a broken collarbone and still our championship favorite.
The somber mood as we left Watkins Glen, not really knowing the status of Connor Zilisch. I mean, he could have had a traumatic brain injury. He could have ripped all three ligaments in his knee.
Could have
The way he
died.
felt, just nobody know. I mean, people have died from less.
Yeah,
Not to be over dramatic, but for him to walk away with just a broken collarbone, uh, is wild.
yeah, it's
And
lucky.
then the interesting connection with him and Shane Van Gisbergen yet again, where Shane broke his collarbone in a biking accident in 2021 and went on to race in Australian supercars 2 weeks later. And hearing Shane talk about it, it kind of eased my nerves about Connor's recovery process. He's very young. The the younger the body is, the easier it is to bounce back from something like this. And Shane said once you get over the uncomfortability of like the plate and the seat belts, the collarbone's stronger with the metal plates in there. So seeing Connor come out here and race Portland with this technical road course, he'll be ready to go. He'll be good to go for the playoffs and whatnot. And he's not slowing down.
Oh, absolutely.
It's whatever happened in Texas, whatever he learned sitting on the pit box with a broken back. Again, another crazy injury this season. He broke his back and his collarbone in one season. He's out here leading the points, leading the charge. Um, Whatever he learned from watching Kyle Larson race that car in Texas and get a win has lit some sort of fire under his ass. And it's been, we haven't seen a run like this in Xfinity in quite some time.
Yeah, this is the most wins by a rookie ever. So he might be the greatest thing that's ever happened in the Xfinity series, I'd say.
But it's crazy. I mean, as I forget who was saying it on one of the podcasts this week, you go on NASCAR.com and you look at the schedule. After every race, they put the headshot of the winner. And right now, you're on the Xfinity page. You scroll far enough down, you start only seeing Connor Zilich's face. It's very
he
silly.
he's been on a freaking roll, man. I'm so happy
Hmm.
for the kid and can't wait to see what he can do in
Yeah,
Cup next year.
yeah. I don't. I'm skeptical of saying he'll be super successful in Cup. But you put him on a road course, and he could give Shane a run for his money.
Yeah,
The thing I've been thinking about for weeks is that Trackhouse's model is like, well, we have this one road course ringer that can put us in the playoffs, and that guarantees us a certain finish in the playoffs and whatnot. Yeah, that's great. But now they're going to do it twice. And are they going to shoot themselves in the foot by having two guys running this strategy? They're like, well, Shane's got to win one and Connor's got to win one to get us in the playoffs. But they're going to go out there, be fighting each other, slow each other down, get in each other's way. And then suddenly you're wasting your money. I could see another team respond to a Shane Van Gisbergen with a Connor Zilisch, but it seems a little odd to me to put both of them on the same race team.
yeah.
But also, one as long as winning your end stays, this is a very easy decision for Trackhouse to make.
Oh, absolutely.
Boom,
Gives them guarantees to be in
two
the
cars
playoffs
almost
every year.
guaranteed in the playoffs. That's nothing to bat an eye at.
Yeah.
It seems odd. Why wouldn't you want Shane to be your guy or Zilisch to be your guy? I mean, Zilisch is going to be their guy once Shane inevitably leaves in the next 5 seasons.
Hmm.
He's just going to get too old. So,
Exactly. But can't wait to see what they do.
oh, exactly. It's been a pleasure watching Connor, and he's a road course guy. He's almost a better version of Shane because he's a road course guy. He's doing what Shane can do. He's beating Shane in equal equipment, but now he's also figuring it out in the ovals a
Yeah.
lot quicker than Shane is. So this is the long term plan for them, and it's going to be fantastic to watch his career expand.
Absolutely, man. All right, and we had a scary moment from Matt DiBenedetto at Portland. His car caught on fire, and he quickly got out of the car. His shoes were on fire, so yeah, understandable. Just crazy. He was able to get out real quickly and only had burns on his shoes. Thankfully, he didn't get burned himself.
Yeah, shout out to the NASCAR safety equipment. You knew something was up the way he pulled off the racetrack. It was a weird spot for everything to go down, but Shout out to that safety equipment. They wear all that stuff for a reason.
Yeah.
And it kept him safe this time. So maybe they're gonna ban shoelaces though, because he said it got caught on the shoelace got
Oh
caught on the
yeah.
pedal.
Who
So
knows?
we'll see. We'll see racing boots without shoelaces pretty soon here.
All right, Zilisch won stage 2, and then we had a lot of calamity in the final stage, especially in
Oof.
that turn 1, and we got to see Connor Zilisch actually avoid turn 1 and just take the penalty route instead and still come out in first place. Ended up winning this race.
Took the Ross Chastain line.
Yeah, for real. This
The
kid is
the,
just
the Ross
absolutely
Chastain Indy road course philosophy.
yeah.
I see why everybody's upset, but nobody made that corner.
Yeah.
So NASCAR watching that race, I mean, they by turn 3, NASCAR's like, yeah, everybody's good. They saw that mess and they're like, yeah, fuck it, everybody's fine. Everybody missed the corner. It's chaos all around. The fastest car's out front. I don't think NASCAR expected it to cause so much controversy. Obviously, I mean, he followed the rules. Um,
Yeah, no, he did exactly what he was supposed to do.
yeah, maybe because like Coda, they had the stop and go penalty section of the track. If you get an area where they can pull off and pull to a stop and get going again, um, a Joker type lap, so to speak, could be
Yeah.
enough time in that same lap where NASCAR can be like 88 missed turn 1, you have to pull and stop in the penalty area and then go again. Because again, pass through penalty, we've all agreed way too much for missing a corner at a road course.
Oh yeah.
Um, but I mean, there was Connor followed the rules, and everybody's mad about him cutting that corner and winning the race. There was 5 or 6 cars that missed the corner and
Yeah.
did not follow the rules. So be more mad at them.
Yeah.
Connor deserved to win. I don't see too much controversy here, other than the fact that they may revisit the rules if they ever go back to Portland, because
Yeah.
they're not going back next year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, thankfully they will not be going back to Portland. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the track. It's really doesn't do much for me. It's so
It
narrow.
has it has an interesting history. I was at the Chicago Street Race talking with a couple from Portland. They live very near that track, and they said a couple generations ago, he said his grandfather was out there and whatnot. This guy was alive, but he said that it was a town. There was actually a town here, and it got washed away in a flood. And so these are remnants of real streets,
Oh wow.
and it got washed away in a flood. And then people were going out because the roads were still in pretty good shape. So people were going out and racing and whatnot, and it was dangerous, and people were dying out there because they were driving off the track and crashing into old remnants of houses and whatnot and buildings. And they closed off the section, built a racetrack around it, preserved some of the history. It's a cool story on why it exists.
Mhm.
The Pacific Northwest is an underserved community, so to speak, in the stock car racing world, at least the national circuit. So it's good that we get out there, but the track is kind of tough to get everybody through and whatnot. And that turn 1 is heinous,
Yeah.
heinous, heinous, heinous. You can't have NASCAR style restarts and a turn 1 like that.
I didn't think that anything was gonna be crazier than turn 1 at Coda, but then we got turn
Mhm.
1 at Portland.
Yeah, yeah. And by the next point, they're just going to have them go in there and go around in a loop and do make them turn double back on themselves before they
Right.
can go. Might as well make it a whole clown show.
Might as well. All right, so congrats to Connor Zilisch, just killing it this year. Um, So let's move over to the Cup Series race, the Southern 500. We had Denny Hamlin leading the field of green. Surprise, surprise. This guy is just so damn good at Darlington. I remember once a year that he would also run the Xfinity Series race. Remember he would always have like that fireball on his Sports Clips car right around the
Yeah,
11.
yeah, yeah.
I
They would do a throwback type scheme for that and
yeah, I
whatnot. It's
miss
always a
when
good
he
looking
did
race
that.
car. Well, like, he didn't have the opportunity to do it this year because Xfinity wasn't running Darlington this year.
Yeah.
So that's real tough. And then shout out to his compatriot on road or the outside pole, Chase Briscoe, of the crown jewels this year: Daytona 500, the World 600, the Brickyard 400. Pole position in all 3 of those races. Starts second at the Southern 500. He almost
So
won the
close.
poles of the crown jewels. Uh, Showing a lot of speed in that car as well.
He is just a force to be reckoned with. But someone who really isn't a force to be reckoned with in these playoffs is a guy who spun in two on lap one, Josh
Oh
Berry.
my
Not
goodness.
not his fault in general. The car just got away from him, but not how you want to start off your playoffs, especially when you're a driver who knows you are
Mhm.
going to have to work every single race. And now he's going to have to dig his way back up. Josh Berry, he collected Tyler Reddick, Kyle Busch, and Buscher within that wreck.
I mean, since his win, his best finish was sixth. He has not had a top five finish since his win.
Yeah.
So, and that sixth place came at Kansas all the way in the spring. So he's got a lot of work to do and whatnot. I mean,
Yeah.
he's probably must win situation if he wants to make it out of this round.
Oh, I'd
Uh,
say so, definitely.
good thing we're going to a track that seems to be dominated by Penske drivers,
Yeah.
uh, but it was startling. I mean, that could have been that was probably a setup issue. Obviously, not Barry's fault, but you wish you hang on to it. You wish you don't junk the car in front of the entire field. Uh, Scary moment. That's a narrow track. Tyler
Yeah.
Reddick, what a move! He drove that car all the way out of that corner
Yeah.
because he very easily could have overcorrected and smashed the right front into the wall, and his day would have been done.
Yeah. Saved his
And
playoff hopes,
instead,
and he was
he
able to finish second.
second in stages one and two, and then for the ultimately the race. So
Yeah.
Tyler Reddick, incredible save,
Yeah.
incredible.
All right. Briscoe wins stage one. Tom, we had great battles all around the track. It's like night and day with the spring race for the Goodyear 400. I feel like that was just a purely dominated race, and this one we actually saw tire fall off, and we saw
Mhm.
guys battling for position. And they were able to actually pass each other instead of doing the air blocking. So Darlington, well, watching the Southern 500, it was just so refreshing.
I was struggling with this one because watching it, and I may be getting ahead of myself, but towards the end, I mean, it's like Briscoe led so many laps, but he was never really able to like drive away, so to speak. It's not like he was out there by 15 seconds. Uh, but at the same time, you could see his car fading in certain aspects, and then the guy behind him would get up close to him, but couldn't ever quite get around him and whatnot. But it passed the eye test. It looked more competitive this time around than the spring did. So I still thought it was a great race. I enjoyed watching it. I was intrigued throughout watching the different strategies come to play out and whatnot. But yeah, Chase Briscoe just ran a really solid race, and with the Southern 500, it's a lot about executing. There's so many pit stops. There's so many opportunities for you to make a mistake. I mean, Green, even coming down pit road, it's a hard entry to make, and we've seen people miss the entrance to pit road. So, I mean, you got to execute, and he sure did. Chase Briscoe absolutely did really well,
Yeah,
keeping the track position and not making mistakes like we saw with a lot of other playoff cars.
no doubt, man. Briscoe won two, and then like we were saying, Briscoe they had a great battle for the lead, but it was Briscoe who came out and won his second Southern 500 in a row with two different
Hmm.
teams. This guy is just too damn good at this track. I don't know what it is, but there's this driver we don't see win every week, and they come alive at Darlington. Like Eric Jones, like Austin Dillon will do really good here too. It's just nice to see that those drivers are able to race well at one of the hardest racetracks that we go to.
Well, I mean, for sure. And you see this top 10 of really, really good drivers. They're not leaning on flukes and whatnot. I mean, AJ Allmendinger had top eight speed all night. Denny Hamlin, obviously, he's going to be good here. He's up there. The surprising for me, I mean, we know Eric Jones really likes this track for whatever reason it clicks with him, but to see his teammate right on his tail,
Yeah,
Legacy Motor Club has seemed to figure out this track too. So
they've been
the
looking good like this summer.
yeah, yeah. I don't know what they got cooking over there, but Matt Kenseth, Jimmy Johnson over there working together, finding some real speed in these cars.
Well, I
So
think it's because 2311 is no longer your number 2 Toyota team. I think they're
yeah,
just with
but I
everything
mean,
that's going on.
2311 does information share with Joe Gibbs, and I mean they finished second and sixth,
Yeah.
so they're right up there too. And I think Legacy didn't want to pay Joe Gibbs Racing for information like 2311 is willing to. So they're doing it on their own and they're building up a
Yeah,
program.
they're making it work.
And with the news of Ram Stellantis trying to get into the sport again, 2311 showing, I mean, Jimmy got in there, he changed manufacturers right away. If they get an opportunity to be a tier one team, you'd think they would be on the short list to maybe switch again.
Right. Wouldn't put it past them. All right. Well, Tom, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, let's make our picks for Gateway this weekend. So stay tuned. All right, everybody, welcome back. We are going to be making our picks for Gateway this weekend. We got the Xfinity Series and Cup Series both running this weekend, and it's the first time the Xfinity Series will be back at Worldwide Technology Raceway since 2010. So a 15-year hiatus.
Hmm.
Welcome back, Xfinity down to St. Louis. Now let's get into it. It's a 200-mile race, 160 laps. Some notes in this one. Daniel Hemrick is returning to the Xfinity Series with his old team, Kaulig Racing, so that should be interesting to see them paired up back together. Eric Almirola will be in the 19 Joe Gibbs Racing, and Jordan Anderson returns. He will be in that 32 for his own team. So we have a lot of good drivers to pick from in here. So I will be going first for our Xfinity picks, and I'm gonna have to go with the man of Eric Almirola. About a month ago or so, he got taken out by Austin Hill at Indianapolis. He had a really good car there. I see him getting redemption this weekend.
For sure, for sure. I mean, it's hard to not go with the experience, especially at a place where a lot of these guys have not been before. I was trying to look up, get anything, but as to who to pick, because this track is not like too much where we've been this season already, and there's no real data because it's been 15 years. So go with somebody who has probably run there in the past. Eric Almirola was probably in that race uh, 15 years ago.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, so who's your pick?
I gotta go with somebody who can get around a track and has been doing it for a long time, just like you've been. So go with Allgaier. Junior Motorsports has been on fire recently, and Justin Allgaier can win this race.
All right, sounds good.
Back in his home state too. We
Yeah,
are technically in
absolutely.
Illinois after all.
Yeah, right on the border, but we're still technically there.
Hmm.
All right, well, let's move over to the Cup Series race. We got the Enjoy Illinois 300. 300-mile race, 240 laps. Our past three winners since the inaugural race has been Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, and Austin Cindric, winning last year after his teammate Ryan Blaney unfortunately ran out of gas. So we will be making our picks. Tom, who is your driver to win on Sunday?
For whatever reason, the Fords, and particularly the Penske Fords, have figured it out. So, as we said in the earlier segment, Josh Berry might actually have a pretty good chance for some redemption. He needs something to run good, but unfortunately, he's going to be outran by the guy who had everything all but squared away last year until they didn't fuel up the car. So, I got to go with Blaney. He's got speed. I mean, Blaney, even with 7 DNFs, finished second in the points. He can finish races and score points. So I think he's a very safe and knowledgeable pick, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, I'm going to have to go with Mr. Denny Hamlin to get his
Mm,
first win at Worldwide Technology Raceway. We know his first run here did not go so well when he got taken out by Ross Chastain. That's when the whole feud kind of got lit up, and he was terrorizing Chastain the whole time as they were going around the track. So that was fun to
brilliant,
watch my first time at the track. But
brilliant.
besides that, Denny Hamlin has had some really good runs here. He got in the top five last season. So I really do think he can put a good run together this Sunday. Um, there isn't really any tracks like you said, there isn't really any tracks that are similar to this, but if there is one, it would be Darlington, just with how different
The shape.
the shape is and the turns are both different on each
Hmm.
side. So if there's anyone that I see that can get this done, a real technical, difficult racetrack like this, it's Denny Hamlin, our most veteran
For
driver
sure.
in the Cup Series.
A flat Darlington will bring some unique challenges to this one, but we do see multiple lanes open up. They see the people riding around the top in turn one and whatnot. And the other thing we've seen here in the past is brake rotor issues. It seems the teams can't quite figure out how to get the brakes set up for these long straights and these tight corners. So that's something we'll look out for in this race as well.
Yeah, no doubt. It's going to be nutty. Second race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. So I am very excited for this. We do have our brackets made, but we will be debuting them next week on the show when we get in the studio and we can discuss our playoff predictions and all that. So
Yeah,
Tom,
it's been a little crazy around here.
yeah,
Summers get busy and whatnot for us all, so I hope you all understand.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
just one of those things. But before we go off the air, Tom, you got anything else to add before NASCAR heads down to St. Louis?
I want to particularly watch Carson Hocevar this weekend.
Yeah,
He kind of had his breakout moment here um, in the Cup Series, right? He
yeah.
was running that Spire car, and then it blew up, but he was outrunning Chase Elliott, or
Corey
Corey
LaJoy
LaJoy was in
in.
Chase Elliott's car. So uh, Spire's definitely come a long way even since then. Um, and like we said, he got a top 10 finish last week. He's got some momentum. Let's see if he can't put it together. And
Yeah,
Kyle Busch, former winner here, maybe it'll bring him some confidence. We saw RCR run well at Richmond. I'm just being a homer, but
I-
I'm always watching Kyle Busch.
it's the site of Kyle Busch's last Cup Series win, so no
Hmm.
doubt he can probably get it done again.
And then the last thing I'm watching for is to see how Shane Van Gisbergen responds to a poor running. They had a strategy call at Darlington, kind of ruined by that Derek Kraus caution.
Yeah,
Uh, it was a Hail Mary already in itself, but they absolutely shot themselves in the foot there. And his points cushion from 4 race wins is all but erased. And a lot of people had him going on to the round of 8. I know you and I both did, me
yep.
included. So we'll see if our brackets will get busted this weekend.
We will have to see. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't yet, make sure to like our video and subscribe to our channel and comment down below who you think will be in victory lane this weekend down in St. Louis. So for the Stock Car Spectacle, I'm Ian Jorts,
And I'm Tom Hoblin.
and we'll see you guys next time. Enjoy the racing.